Since OG Fortnite has returned and it's here to stay, there have been talks around live events being replayed during the seasons they took place. So since we may be able to experience them again, why not look back on every live event from Chapter 1 and rank them from worst to best, giving my opinion on these. So let's get straight into the list. At number 8, I've gone with the Ice Storm. This event was very short, lasting 2 minutes in total. It took place in Season 7 at Polar Peak, where the huge Ice King appeared and started building up momentum before eventually releasing a huge cloud of dust that covered the entire map in snow. It was pretty cool because this was the first ever time that we had an entire snow covered map. There wasn't any snow on the Season 2 map the year before, so it was a basic live event, but the aftermath was great with the snow. Number 7, the Cube Sinking. This was an event that happened in Season 5, leading up to Season 6 and the rise of the floating island. It was quite a short event, but it was quite exciting to see what was going to happen. The cube had been on the island for quite a while, moving around from the desert and creating ruins and low gravity zones, before eventually arriving at Loot Lake, where this event took place. The cube melted into Loot Lake and turned the entire lake into a bouncy purple surface, which was pretty cool. Number 6, the Butterfly event. This took place in Season 6, and this one featured some amazing cutscenes. We teleported into some sort of new dimension, before touching the Rift Butterfly and landing back onto the island, where Loot Lake completely changed. It wasn't the craziest event, but it featured some great cutscenes and I did enjoy this one. Number 5, the Unvaulting event. This one was great. It started with players spawning into some new dimension, where there were big pillars featuring vaulted items, and players could pickaxe the pillar with the item that they wanted to unvault, and whichever one had the most votes did return, and of course it was the drum gun that did return. After the drum gun was unvaulted, players were then brought back to the island, where we were then launched into the air, and the sky was dark from the smoke and the volcano suddenly erupted, eventually destroying Tilted Towers and leaving us with the iconic POI flattened after the impact of the event. So it was very action packed and engaging to play. Number 4, Marshmallow Concert. This took place in Season 7 and this was the first ever concert. We have since received some better ones, but this one was very exciting at the time. Taking place in Pleasant Park, it was like an actual festival was taking place. We had the huge crowd, loud music, and fun moments. This also feels very nostalgic as well. Shout out to Marshmallow for this one. Number 3, Rocket Launch. This was the first ever live event, so since it was the first one, it does get some bonus points for that. A very nostalgic event, and one that was just so hyped to watch. It's something we had never seen before in any video game. A real-time live event that took place that everyone could watch together, having an impact on the storyline of the game as well. It was a good event and one that we'll never forget. Number 2, the Final Showdown. Taking place in Season 9, this was the battle between the monster and the mech, and this one was incredible. So many amazing moments took place, the monster being flung into the ocean and then coming back, and jumping onto the mech's back, before eventually being eliminated by the mech with the huge sword. This one was insane, and the aftermath of the event was featuring the huge skeleton remains, which was a landmark on the map. And at number 1, the end. This is just because of how impactful this was, and how much it changed Fortnite. It's gotta be number 1 for me. Taking place in Season X, this was the final moments of Chapter 1. The incredible scenes with the 0 point and meteor colliding, sending us into a black hole and eventually a brand new map. This was extremely exciting at the time, and the suspense with the black hole for 2 days is something we've never seen before. People were wondering if the game was ever gonna return, because the game was literally offline for 2 days in total, but it was definitely worth it for a brand new chapter, and this one was definitely my favourite. But which live event from Chapter 1 is your favourite? Let me know in the comments below, and for now there's a load more videos on screen here. Make sure to click another one to keep on watching, and I'll see you over there.